for 10 seconds a day, you will draw that information, that knowledge to you. The right people will come to you. The opportunities will come to you. You have to trust that. I'm learning to trust that. Because I'm a guy, I still overanalyze everything. Okay? But my wife is kicking my ass in that direction and making sure I get that. And I love you for it. Okay? This is all about us. We have drawn this entire experience to ourselves, so we need to own it. And the faster we own it, the more empowered we will become about the process. The more it'll make sense to us, the more intelligent we can discuss it. And as this process begins, people around you you'll find yourself in a position of leadership. Okay? You will find yourself being the teachers. There was a great line in Sterling Allen's presentation, quote, where he said, if you're one step ahead of the world, you're a genius. If you're 2 steps ahead, you're a crackpot. Okay? It was a great line. So I borrowed it. We've all been crackpots. Okay? Soon we're going to be geniuses. But that's when the real work begins. Okay, and the idea is to try to get everybody else up to speed. Do what you can. Just do what you can. Don't overextend yourself to the point where you can't keep yourself centered and balanced. You have to keep yourself centered and balanced. Okay? It's not necessary for you to save the world or to want to save the world. If you become the example, it will reflect and other people will get it around you. And the tide is definitely changing. The frequency is changing. Again, I want to put this out there one more time. If you had 2 years left to live on Earth, what would you do with your life? What would you do? Just think about that. What would you do? What would you do differently? If you wouldn't do anything, bravo, you're there. But if you would do something differently, what would you do? What would make you happy? Okay? My wife has a great expression. We're all sitting on the G waiting for the O. Okay? Okay? My wife, Audra, has a great saying, and it's we're all sitting on the G waiting for the O. Ladies and gentlemen, you are my brothers and my sisters. I love you. I am honored by you. I want you to know that I have done the very best I could to represent us. I've had my stuff to deal with as well. I have my own challenges to deal with as well. Okay? But ultimately, in the end, I have absolute faith in us. The world is not going to end, but it is going to change, and it has to. And it's going to change for the better, but we need to be the driving force of that change. Humanity has to be the driving force of that change, not government. Okay? Do not ever, ever surrender your freedoms or liberties to government. It's too self-serving, and it doesn't create anything but laws that restrict our freedoms. You know, you can't possibly need any more examples of that. Okay? We have what, 10 minutes? 8 minutes, 5 minutes? Do we want to do some questions? Is that a yes? Okay. Okay.
stand up, for what is right, or, true to our spirit. I'm curious about what's going on, and what do they say about what's going on with the Middle East?
I'm sorry, what?
The Middle East.
Same thing that's always gone on in the Middle East. They're watching it. It's all a play. It's all a drama. Okay? It's all about control. It's all about creating war. It's all about distracting us and creating a space of fear. That's what it's about. Because if we're all in a space of fear, we are not creating in a space of love. When we're in fear, we basically imprison ourselves. We put ourselves in a box. When we're not in fear, we are free to create. In fear, they're in control. In love, we're in control. That's all it is. It's the same drama that's been playing itself out for 4,000 years. It's the same thing. Yes, ma'am.
I am so ready for some contact. What is there a good way to prepare for that, or is there certain signs to look for, or
that's a great question.
Clues?
That's a great question.
It seems silly, but
I can't honestly tell you one way that's better than another. What I would do if I were you is I would create your own ritual. Create your own ritual, make it holy, make it sacred to you. Create your own process of what feels safe and comfortable for you and where it is. Okay? And just allow it to be. And then tell the universe, tell the Creator, you're ready. This is what you want. But create the space. Go through your ritual. Again, set up your own protocols for how you would want that to work in order for you to feel safe. Because when it happens, it's a shock. It is a shock. It's an amazing shock, but it's a shock. Because your first reaction is going to be, oh shit, it's real. Okay? And then, you'll move through that. They know that. They already know that. Okay? And then just go with the flow. That would be my suggestion. Everybody would do something differently. That would be my suggestion for you. Create your own protocols. Okay? And make them sacred. Ma'am with the blue and the white sweater.
If you've felt like you've had quite a bit of different type of visitation over your lifetime, I've never really looked into it or reported it anywhere, and particularly like with one child in a bassinet when I woke up and they came in through the windows and I couldn't move, and wondering where or who would be the best place to go to find out what's going on with this, and are we supposed to use it somehow? I'm just looking for the resources to follow through.
Gosh, I don't know anyone specifically that I would feel comfortable recommending you to. It sounds like it's there, but you don't have total recall of it, but it's there. So it sounds like you need somebody to help move you, somebody that you would feel safe with that would move you through a regression, put you into a safe space in a process of unlocking those experiences. Can I ask you, do you have Native American in your background?
No, I've always felt closely attuned to them. I'm Native Alaskan, but I'm Irish and Italian in my lineage.
Okay.
But it's not so much that I don't remember, I do. It's wondering how to expand the knowledge of whatever is going on that we're maybe supposed to get. That's all.